What up, there, cyber friends? It's Mitty Man coming at you again from Walker's Music for yet another word for today. Mind you that I want to give all my friends, especially Brother JT out in Dallas, Texas. Brother JT, man, keep doing what you're doing. God bless you, man. I saw one of your videos, man, and I didn't get a chance to get it. I went back. I got caught away. But when I went back, I've been having so many issues with my PC, and I went back and looking for it, and I haven't been able to find it just yet. But if it's the one that you spoke about you not being afraid to speak the truth when it comes to preachers or whatnot, you tell the truth. I got to see that one yet. So, but amen, brothers. You don't supposed to be able to tell the truth about whoever it is. It doesn't make any difference. The truth is the truth. And right is just right and wrong is just wrong if I'm guilty. So, you know, we must tell the truth. And that also sparked me, brother. I mean, I'm feeling, like I said, I don't like to get in self-pity, but thank God for Jesus. And so I got something here I'm going to say that's kind of, I guess that will go down the line that what you were speaking of on your last video, if I'm not mistaken. But let's come from the book, Gospel according to St. John, 10th chapter. It said here, we're going to start reading the first verse. It said, "Verily, verily, I say unto you," this is Jesus speaking, "he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. But he that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. To him the porter openeth, and the sheep hear his voice, and he calleth his own sheep by name, and leadeth them out. And when he putteth forth his own sheep, he goeth before them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. And a stranger will they not follow, but will flee from him, for they know not the voice of strangers. This parable spake Jesus unto them, but they understood not what things which we spake unto them." In other words, it was an illustration. "Then said Jesus unto them again, Verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep. All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. I am the door, but by me if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out, and find pasture. The thief cometh, not but for to steal, kill, and to destroy. I am come that they may have life, and that they may have it more abundantly. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. But he that is an hireling, and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming, and leaveth the sheep, and fleeth, and the wolf catcheth them, and scattereth the sheep. The hireling fleeth, because he is an hireling, and careth not for the sheep. I am the good shepherd, and know my sheep, and am known of mine. As the Father knoweth me, even so I know the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep. And other sheep I have, which are not of this fold, them also must I bring, and they shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold and one shepherd. Therefore do my Father love me, because I lay down my life, that I may take it again. No man taketh it from me, but I lay it down of myself. I have power to lay it down, and I have power to take it up again. This commandment have I received of my Father." Oh, man, let God add a blessing to the readers, hearers, and doers of his holy word. Boy, now that's power. Jesus said, "I am the door. Everybody that came before me was a thief and a robber. He that does not enter into the sheepfold by the door, the same is a thief and a robber." Bro, JT, this is what's happening even to this day, brother. You got so many thieves and robbers that's trying to enter into the sheepfold. But the sheep is not hearing them, not the true sheep. Jesus said, "My sheep hear my voice, and another they will not follow." So in other words, This is how come right now we got so much confusion. We got so many wolves in sheep clothing. But see, the thing about it, the sheep know the voice of the shepherd. Oh, yes, sir. See, in other words, if you are the shepherd of your flock, and you got a set of sheep that you're the shepherd over, they know your voice. Now, I might be a shepherd, and but my sheep are over here. My sheep gonna know my voice. They're not gonna follow you. My sheep are not gonna follow you. Neither is your sheep gonna follow me. They don't know our voices. Oh man, you talk about this. See, this is the beauty of Jesus and teaching. Oh, if we could just be like, get the mind of a child and see what Jesus was really saying. Nobody can come and tell me everything and I just believe everything they say. If it doesn't line up with the word, I'm not going to hear it because it's not Jesus' voice. When a person come easing up in your church, easing up in your congregation with all this here talking about everything but the gospel, you better get him out of there. He or she, get him out of there quick. The hireling come to scatter the sheep. He'll leave. He don't care. He's not going to. He don't care. The wolf come. He'll leave the sheep out there to die. Because why? They're not his. But Jesus laid his life down for the sheep. He said, I am the good shepherd. Oh, man, look at this. Let's read that again. I am the good shepherd, 14th verse, and known of my sheep. And he said, I know my sheep, and I am known of mine. As the Father know me, even so know I the Father. And I lay down my life for the sheep. And then what I loved about it, what he was saying, he was talking to them at that particular time, but then he added me and you. Brother JT, he added me and you. And all, AG Praise, Orange Flavor, he added all of us when he said, and other sheep, which are not of this fold, I got to bring in. That's us. Oh man, it's good. Oh, how sweet and how good it is to know that he cares for us that well. Oh man, it just make you feel so inadequate sometimes, man, when we fail. You know what I'm saying? Because we are weak and we are human. And we fall sometimes. Like Donnie McClurkin said, we fall down, but we get up. But even when we fall down, sometimes it can make you feel so bad because you missed the mark. You feel like you done let Jesus down when we miss the mark. But yet and still, like he said, he understands because that's why he had to die. Because he knew that we were not going to do everything 100%. He knew that we was going to fail sometime. But the thing about it, some of us just wallow in our mess. I don't really fault a person when they make a mistake and they do a sin. But when you just continue, even after you know and you done failed and everything, instead of just repenting and asking God to give you strength to go on, we just wallow in our sin. Some of us just done became what we call wicked. See, there's a difference between occasional sin and missing the mark, and that's plain out being wicked. You know, Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed not because of the fact of a homosexuality. That's what some people would tell you. But no, it wasn't. Sodom and Gomorrah was not destroyed because of homosexuality. Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed because he couldn't find 10 righteous people. But, I mean, we know all kinds of stuff was going on in Sodom, but that was not the reason that God destroyed that city, those two cities. He destroyed them because he couldn't find 10 righteous ones. So if we just stop for a minute and think how good and how great God is, El Shaddai, he can do anything in a New York minute. God can turn it around. It ain't never too late. With God, all things are possible. I mean, you know what I'm saying, brother. Sometimes these legs and things get to bother me, and fingers and arms, and, you know, we're getting older now and everything. And but I sometimes, you know, we have a tendency to, oh, Lord, please, Jesus, help us. But I think about this one thing. God can turn it around just like that. If Jesus went to the grave of Lazarus, Lazarus had been dead 4 days, and I must hurry on because the time is far spent. Lazarus was in the grave for 4 days, And yet Jesus said, move the stone. When Jesus speaks, that takes care of everything. When he told Peter, he was walking on the water. When Peter said, Lord, if that be you, bid me come to you on the water, Jesus come. When Jesus gave that commandment to come, that overrode gravity. That turned water into pavement. Whatever Jesus speaks. So, you know, with that being said, that lets me know God, El Shaddai, he can do anything in a moment. He don't have to wait. He can do it right now. That's his will. He can do it right now. So if you, and I encourage people, I mean, I got problems, you got problems. And like I tell people, sickness and disease is not God's will, because if it was God's will for you to be sick and have disease, Jesus would not have healed anyone, because he never did anything against his Father's will. So if we are sick today, if any of us are sick today, the Bible tells us that if there is any sick among you, let them call for the elders of the church. And they'll pray the prayer of faith, anointing with oil, and they will recover. And if they have committed any sin, they shall be forgiven. That's the word, people. So why cannot we believe that God can heal you and you are yet breathing when he went to the grave of a dead man, been dead 4 days, and called him back? Huh? How come it's so hard for us to believe that? So like I say, people, let us take this in stride. And JT, please, brother, make certain that video is still there about that preachers and about preaching the word and not being afraid to speak the truth. I got to hear that, because this ties up and ties into what you were saying. Somebody got to stand up and tell the truth, man. I don't care. Like I say, we all, Donnie McClurkin's song, I love it. We fall down, but we get back up. We all are subject to error. That's not the problem. The problem is when we are in error and we get the knowledge of the truth and we refuse to change. That's iniquity. That's wickedness. That's the danger. And somebody must stand for what's right. I mean, people, we got to. I mean, sometimes we all get a little off. We get off base sometimes. But don't be stout-hearted and stupid when people try to get you straight. Don't go to hell because of me. No. Read your word. Do what he said. If you love me, keep my commandments. Love ye one another as I have loved you. In other words, Jesus said, a new commandment I leave with you. Love the Lord, all thy heart, soul, mind, body, and strength. And the second one is like unto it. Love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two hang all the law and the prophet. This is the Minute Man saying peace and goodbye.